All right, what's up, everybody? This is kind of a little bit of a different video. It's kind of a promotional video, but also covering some kind of interesting topics here. First of all, the idea for this video came from Asia at America First podcast. Sorry. This topic came from Asia at America First AI Network. Now, she is a real person. She's not an AI, but she creates AI. Okay. So, I'm not going to play any of her video, but the link to her channel is in the description. And we're going to get into this topic, which is the trademark problem with Wall Street bets, which happened about a year ago almost. But we can see here that basically Wall Street bet moderator Jamie Rogonzinski sought to monetize this newfound fame and applied for a trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Reddit opposed such registration, arguing that Mr. Rogozinski's use of Wall Street Bet's name was actually first used by Reddit, and therefore it had superior rights. A lawsuit was filed, and a judge just agreed with Reddit January 12th, 2024. So this is kind of what she was talking about in the video, that you don't own anything, really. And yeah, pretty much that's how it works. It's the future. You don't own anything and you'll be happy. But she didn't seem very happy about it. But you can see here that I made a video about this about 7 years ago, which only got 83 views. I wonder why. It's age restricted, even though there's like nothing in it. Oh, I put this thumbnail. I guess that's too much for YouTube. It's not like a woman in a thong or anything, because those don't get age restricted, but this did. But anyway, yeah. This is about the YouTube non-tracked and how they can just change the terms of service at any time, at will, whenever they feel like it, for any reason, and you can't do anything about it because they have a arbitration clause where you can't go to a lawyer for most things in the contract. Most of the things in the contract, you just can't go to a lawyer because you agree to arbitration, which means like basically settling privately outside of court. Then I've also got this video that was also made 7 years ago, which basically was talking about how the contract allows for selective enforcement, where they can basically, everybody's always breaking the rules all the time, and then they just pick the people that they want to cancel off of the platform. Right. So we can look at a lot of different companies' terms of service. Facebook, right? Facebook's terms allow them a non-exclusive, transferable sub-license, royalty-free, worldwide license to use any IP content that you post on or in connection with Facebook. In layman's terms, Facebook has a license to use the photos and videos you post, which you own, in any way it sees fit without paying you, and it can transfer that license to third parties. Okay, this has always been in their thing, right? And they also have the same thing in their contract where they can just change the terms, at any point, at any time, for any reason, right? It's not a real contract. Because a real contract, both parties bring a lawyer, and you don't bring a lawyer to this, right? Then this guy took this from Reddit. You retain any ownership rights you have in your content, but you grant Reddit the following license to use that content. When your content is created with or submitted to the services, you grant us a worldwide, royalty-free, perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, transferable, and sub-licensable license to use, copy, modify, adapt, prepare derivative works of, distribute, store, perform, and display your content and any name, username, voice, or likeness provided in connection with your content in all media formats and channels now known or later developed anywhere in the world. This license includes the right for us to make your content available for syndication, broadcast, distribution, or publication by other companies, organizations, or individuals who partner with Reddit. You also agree that we may remove metadata associated with your content, and you irrevocably waive any claims and assertions of moral rights or attribution with respect to your content. Why do you have to waive your moral rights? That's like the next step. They're like, you got to waive your moral rights. No, this contract was not written by Satan. I promise you. Right? YouTube's the same thing. By providing content to the service, you grant to YouTube a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free sub-license and transferable license to use that content, including to reproduce, distribute, prepare derivative works, display, and perform it in connection with the service and YouTube and its successors and affiliates. Businesses, including for the purposes of promoting and redistributing part or all of the service, right? So basically, they can do whatever they want with your content once you upload it to YouTube, right? Same thing with TikTok, right? You further grant us a royalty-free license to use your username, image, voice, and likeness to identify you as the source of any of your user content provided. However, that your ability to provide an image, voice, and likeness may be subject to limitations due to age restrictions. For the avoidance of doubt, the rights granted in the preceding paragraphs of this section include, but are not limited to, the right to reproduce sound recordings and make mechanical reproductions of the musical works embodied in such sound recordings, and publicly perform and communicate to the public sound recordings and the musical works embodied in them, all on a royalty-free basis. This means that you are granting us the right to use your user content without the obligation to pay royalties to any third party, including, but not limited to, a sound recording copyright owner, a musical work copyright owner, a performing rights organization. So they could send your stuff to ASCAP, and then a sound recording pro, any unions or guilds, and engineers or producers or other royalty participants involved in the creation of user content. So you can see they all have these authorized, you see, we are authorized third parties reserve the right to cut, crop, edit, or refuse to publish your content at our or their sole discretion. We have the right to remove, disallow, block, or delete any postings you make if in our opinion, your post does not comply with the content standards set out, right? They accept no liability, right? And then there's the part where they say that they can just change the terms at any time. See, arbitration. So you can't call a lawyer. You're not even allowed to call a lawyer. Can't do a class action lawsuit. So yeah, you can see Basically, they can change the terms at any time, anytime they want, for whatever reason they want. You can check out this video, it talks about that. And this one talks about how they own all the stuff on here. Okay. Is that it? Okay, so yeah, check out this video from Asia. Nick was right about corporatism. Reddit just proved it. On the America First AI network. Great channel. She's America First Christian woman. And she's got a very good speaking voice, so check her out. All right. That's the end of this video. I'll probably be back later. Until then, peace, and thanks for watching.